So, have you ever had one of those moments where you're talking with somebody and you're just like, yeah, I'd like to see this from company that makes your one of your favorite things, and then it just suddenly happens? Yeah, I did. Earlier this month, I was talking with a friend of mine at work. We're both into Warhammer 40k. As I've said in several previous videos, I play Chaos Space Marines because I freaking love those little heretics and traitors in their warped power armor and all their mutations. Are just so precious. And then he plays, is really into playing Dark Eldar or Drukari, as I guess they're called now. Um, I was talking with him, and I was just like, what I'd really like to see Games Workshop do this coming year is, show the Xenos faction some more freaking love. 'Cause, so often it just feels like, the Imperium gets all of the love, and then Chaos occasionally gets some cool stuff. I mean, there's some stuff that's been coming out that I'm pretty excited for. And then it's like sometimes it feels like the different Xenos factions are kind of, in some ways, almost come off as a bit of an afterthought. But I think things are changing now. And then, just a couple days later or so, with the Warhammer Open Day and everything, they announced that not only would the Genestealer cults be getting their new codex, finally. I mean, it's been almost 2 years now since you know, since 8th edition dropped. And I think Genestealer cults might have been the last of the major factions to really get codex. But not only are they getting their new codex, but there's a whole bunch of new models coming out. And, a lot of them are like, well, let's just kind of go through some of these guys. So, here's some of the ones that they revealed for, at at Warhammer Open and everything. I'm not super knowledgeable about Genestealer cults in general, just kind of bare bones minimum idea. But this is like actually a pretty slick looking little assassin dude. He's got little Genestealer buddy over here. Pretty sure it's a Genestealer. That just shows you how much I know. I'm just gushing over how cool these models look, though. When you got this pretty sweet looking blade here, and just all this really nice detail and everything, and just the expression on his face. I mean, how do they sculpt such cool faces that it's like so tiny? It's like this much plastic that they're working with, and yet there's just so much, expression and detail. Oh my gosh, I just, how do you do it? And then we get, uh, I don't fully know her role. I think it's like the Archmagos or something. Again, I'm still a relative noob to all things Warhammer. I just really love, the models and the gaming and really getting into the lore because oh my gosh, 40k has to have is like one of the coolest fictional universes ever created. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, and more, it's a we have a female character model that's been released, and she's actually like a really nice. This is actually a really slick sculpt. It's not like super busy or nothing. Another slick little blade. I mean, oh my gosh, the Genestealer cults have some pretty cool looking melee weapons, sharp objects. My goodness. Uh, the nice staff and everything here. She just has this poised where it's like I am in charge here, and it's like just enough detail right there. And then this crazy loon here. Look at him. It's like I know that it's not like this isn't like Space Marine purity seals or whatnot. Gosh, every time I open my mouth about different details, it just kind of shows just how little I actually know. But that's okay. It's enthusiasm first, knowledge later, right? Right. It's like all mysterious and what have you. Just like I am planning schemes within schemes within schemes. Because I'm just going to let you all in a little secret right here. The Genestealer cults are not actually serving the Tyranids. They are actually closet Zinch fanatics. Yeah. Maybe that's just because Zinch is my favorite Chaos God, and it's like everything's got to be attached to Zinch somehow. Zinch all the things. No, seriously, this guy looks pretty cool here. Again, not super, not too busy. I mean, how can you make a robed figure with so much of his body obscured busy? But somebody has probably done it, and there's probably have like a 3D model. There's like a prototype somewhere, and they're just like, yeah, that's just too much there, Dave. Let's scale it back a little bit, okay? Right, okay, right. And this dude, because again, is like as this guy kind of has like a corrupted Imperial Guard kind of look to him, just because he's got like the Voxcaster and everything. Just like speakers everywhere. You'd think he was trying out for one of the Noise Marine bands or something. I don't. Got like this little floating console and everything here, and it's just like, yeah, it works. It's just like these cool character models coming out, and then further down, yeah, if you were wanting to play, if you're thinking, hey, I'd really like to get into this 40K thing, but it's just like I freaking love Mad Max and just the ramshackle of vehicles and all that kind of craziness. There's probably two armies that you probably ought to consider looking at. First of all, orcs, because they're just all about cobbling stuff together, and it's actually one of the armies I was tempted to do. Maybe someday, I don't know. Or Genestealer cults because of these cool models that they're coming out with for their vehicles. Like you got these bikers here. You got this one dude popping a wheelie. You could probably have him doing like popping a not wheelie, but why wouldn't you want all your bikers popping wheelies? Probably because if you're using regular super glue, it'd just be a major pain to keep them in that pose long enough for the glue to set. That's probably why. It'd even be tricky even if you were using plastic glue, which if you're doing, these Warhammer models, I would recommend it because it just bonds that much easier. Anyways, a little side note there. And we go on, and then you have like this bike sniper biker, and well, I mean, it'd be super hard to impossible to be sniping from a bike. So of course he's kind of looking kind of stationary with how this pose is set. It's like it's just a nice little nice sniper rifle there, much nicer than the one that I sculpted for one of my Chaos Space Marine scouts. You'll get to see those eventually. And then you got like the radio and everything, and I don't know. I almost want to say that so it kind of looks like dynamite or like the 41st millennium equivalent of it right there. And again, it's just like there's just enough detail, and it kind of has that kind of rugged look like you'd expect from a bunch of dudes who are basically subverting Imperial technology to advance the cause of swarm of Xenos that are pretty much just going to gobble everybody up and then recycle all their genetic material for other things. It kind of makes you wonder what happened. What kind of things have resulted from Tyranids devouring Space Marines? Anyways, enough talk of Space Marines. More Xenos and Genestealer cults. And look, again, there's our 41st Millennium Dynamite right there. This dude's like on a little ATV and here and everything. I mean, it's just this doesn't this guy looks like he would be totally at home in just about any incarnation of Mad Max, right? I mean, it's got like this really functional vehicle right here. It's got a sweet. I want to say it's like probably like a mining laser or something because that's kind of a big deal for the GM Zero cults. as much as I know, and just I also really like the this little like mask. It kind of reminds me of what I've had to wear the few times I've gone airsofting with with my brother, with guy does with Elmer Fudd Games. Seriously, follow that guy on Twitch and Twitter. Wonderful human being, and he's has a way of just making just about anything super entertaining. And then look at this sweet bit of terrain that they're gonna come out with for the Genestealers too. I mean, big old mining drill with like little drills on off to the side because you can never have too many drills unless you're scared of going to the dentist, in which case you can never have an you can always have too many drills, I guess. Yeah, it's just so nice. I mean, they've got some cool stuff coming around the bend. And he's yeah, I think some of these guys are like some of the older sculpts, back along here, and then you got the new guys here, and then some more Genestealer cultiness is this dude here, the Biophagist. Yeah, we'll go with that. There's just beakers everywhere. There's yet another there's a spiffy little mad scientist model. I don't think there's too many of these types in 40K that I can know of. The only other one that I can really think of off the top of my head is Fabulous Bill. I mean Fabius Bile. I wonder if he's going to get an updated model. I wonder how many of the characters in that range. Anyways, this is all about the Xenos. Why am I talking about my army? Duh. Get with the program, Clay. Seriously. So anyways, it was like just like beakers everywhere. It just has this whole mad sciencey type of vibe about him. All the snazzy eyewear that you'd expect a futuristic gene splicer to be rocking, and just this is really nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these models that they've been releasing have tempting me away from chaos, and I just it's just so cool. I mean, you guys, if you play Genestealer cults or considering about it, you got some pretty sweet stuff to be looking forward to pretty soon. Anyways, and he's got little. I guess he's got like a little crazy little lab assistant here. So cool, and I just love how the studio guys paint these things. It's just amazing. And then finally, this is something they just announced today, even at least as of this filming, is a new vehicle, the Achilles Ridge Runner. You can see right here with the previous. I think that's this little ATV that we showed off earlier in the video. And this is like one of those mining vehicles that they repurposed for the advancing the cause of the four-armed emperor. There's a big old mining laser here, and of course they added some I want to say they're stubbers, heavy stubbers, or maybe medium stubbers. Who knows? Oh, if I actually reread the article. Heavy stubbers. I was right. So you got these heavy stubbers. I mean, this has a pretty Mad Max look about it too, except it'd be more of like maybe one of the more affluent warlords. But yeah, it's just you got like a little, you got the spotter here and the heavy weapons operator and all that, and just some of these models you could just sit here and stare at all day. But I'm not going to, because that would make for a awkward video, I guess. Unless somebody was to actually like take that, just a clip of me staring at it and just stretch out into one of those 10-hour long things that people like to do on YouTube every so often. Of course, you have with just about any kit that's not like a named character, you have all sorts of options for how to gear and outfit it. She could have flare launchers. Or no, the spotter's optional though. She actually looks pretty cool. So, anyways, pretty sweet things here, and this is actually really cool to see stuff like this for a faction that is not in the Imperium or Chaos. Even though I would like to see some new stuff there, I know it'll come eventually. I ain't too worried about it. So, anyways, what kind of models are you most looking forward to releasing? And if you play any of the Xenos factions, what would you like to see be coming out soon for your particular army? Leave a comment below, and thank you for watching.